I am surrounded by a kind of circular, continuous drawing.
John Berger started off life as an artist, but soon added art critic and broadcaster to his palette.
The arranging of artists in an order of merit seems to me to be an idle game. What matters are the needs which art answers. We are caught.
He worked on iconic television programmes like Monitor. In 1962, he left Britain and moved to France in self-imposed exile.
You like this cafe? Good. When I'm down here, it's one of my favorite. I've begun working in cafes now. Oh, merci.
His 1972 Ways of Seeing changed the way we all looked at great works of art and made them seem like part of our everyday.
Take this original painting in the National Gallery. Only what you are seeing is still not the original.
I spoke to him about Bento's sketchbook, his new work reimagining the lost drawings of the 17th century philosopher Spinoza. Why Spinoza?
He has interested me as a philosopher for most of my life. I mean, anyway, since I was a young man. He's interesting because he says this dualism, really invented by Descartes, who was a little older than him, that's to say the dualism between the existent being on one hand material and on the other spiritual, if you wish. This is nonsense. That they in fact make a whole, they are a unity.
But he's a philosopher, he's a thinker, he was also, because he had to support himself, a maker of things.
Yes, he was a lens grinder.
Which helps you see differently, or helps you see better, and that's also what you do.
Maybe, you know, when he was living was the great period of new discoveries thanks to the telescope and the microscope. So the microscopic and the macroscopic were very, very much preoccupations of his time, needing lenses, at which he ground to earn his living, having been fiercely, wildly excommunicated by the Jewish religion as a heretic and non-believer and so on and so on.
There's a lovely image of the writer or the artist or you sitting in a garden sketching some plums.
Yes, it's me.
That's you.
Yes, it's me.
And there's a snail as well.
Yes. That's not me.
That's not you.
The beginning of my drawing there was in the morning. Then I abandoned it. And then in the evening I thought I would go back and try to draw again. And that's where I couldn't find the exact bunch of plums that I was drawing. And then I recognized the snail who'd been beside me the first time. And thanks to his or her presence, I could refine what I was drawing. Drawing is a constant correcting of errors. Maybe a great deal of creation is actually that. There's not really a point when you're suddenly aware that there's nothing more to correct. And if you were aware of that, it would probably be very bad.
Do you think also some of this book is about time passing, your past, and the influences on you?
No, I mean, I don't think that it is in any way a sort of autobiography. It seems to me that what it's really, it's a book, I hope, that it's a book about looking at the actual world in which we live today, which is both horrific in many ways and, of course, also at moments incredibly beautiful.
My political views are an intrinsic part of my view of the truth and of how I see life.
The label Marxist, which was put on you, I mean, do you see that in any way helpful?
I have claimed myself to be a Marxist. I mean, it's not something that I deny. And what I mean by that is that my reading of Marx from a very early age helped me enormously to understand history and therefore to understand where we are in history and therefore to understand what we have to envisage as a future, thinking about human dignity and justice.
In that sense, is it still helpful today?
If we look at what is happening to the world and the decisions being taken every day And all those decisions really made in the name of one priority, that priority of increasing, ever increasing profit. At that moment, Marx doesn't seem quite so obsolete, does he?
In your heart, you're a storyteller, aren't
Yes.
you? That's what you are.
Yes, I completely agree with you. I mean, I feel that I'm a storyteller. That's all, storyteller.
But the trouble with storytellers is they can be seen as very dangerous.
Well, dangerous to what and to whom? That's the question. If I am dangerous to those who run the new economic order, I'm proud of that.